Hello and welcome to Prime News. Now a look at the headlines. Interest waiver on loans of mining dependents. Goa government to approach RBI. Government expecting RBI's reply by 24th July, says CM. Profits from illegal mining will be recovered. Be ready for some action in next 2 to 3 months, says CM. Miners and government's legal battle continues. Doctor from Rivon, Ullas Prabhudesai, says parents from Rivon should have been given counselling. Dr. Oscar says HIV cannot spread the way parents fear. Government decides to re-advertise State Information Commissioner's post. CM says his surprise visits to departments will continue and guilty will face the music. And GMC receives 16.5 crores for GMC upgradation funding as per PM's budget allotment. Now the news in detail. Goa government will yet again knock the doors of Reserve Bank of India. This comes on the backdrop of Goan banks refusing loan waivers to mining dependents without approval from the RBI. Chief Minister Manohar Parrikar spoke to media after his meet with the banks on Tuesday. Government will argue that NPAs from Goa's mining sector are different from the rest. Government is expecting RBI's reply by 24th July. Parrikar said if needed, he will also seek centre's intervention for RBI's consent.
We have taken a resolution which will be sent to Reserve Bank for those taking care of those technical constraints. Banks are ready, nationalized. Even cooperative banks are ready. SLBC meeting. तातून भितर वो resolution घेतलेले आहा ते Reserve Bank वतले. मागीर गरज पडल्यार आमी Reserve Bank कडेन उलयतले. If required, we will seek intervention from central government also, because this is a typical case. Some rules have to be relaxed. Some guidelines are not matching in few cases, not all cases. Nationalized bank have already agreed for, in principle, this is not their board decision, but they have indicated to us that they will bear 30% of the principal and waive off the interest after 30th September. आणि balance amount आचेर आमी तांकां 50% पर्यंत म्हणल्यार ते 70% agree जाल्या. So ultimately it may come somewhere in between. So now once that amount is identified, government package will step in. 100 रुपया जर आसा तर आमी त्या कोणतो लोनी आता अंकल तू 100 ते इतले पैसे तू भर, तुवें ते भरले की उरलेले पैसे गव्हर्मेंट भरता. टोटल लोन आहा पळय ताजो अदमास घेतलो सादारण 800 ते 1000 कोटीची लोन आहा. 184 कोटी अर्बन, 40 कोटी कॉपरेटिव्ह आणि म्हाका दिसता अराउंड प्रिन्सिपल अराउंड 300 crores of the nationalized. So 550 principal and maybe about 150 crores interest. हे पैसे जे दितलो हांव पळय ताजो एकूय पैसो टॅक्स कॉमन मनशाचेर येवचो ना आनी हे पैसे ऑक्शनिंगान च्या हातूंच्यान जो पळय आमी थंयच्या लोकांक रिहॅबिलिटेट करूंक जाय त्याच मायनींच्यान ते पैसे ताजे पलीकडे हांव वचचो ना.
The State Bankers Committee held a meeting with the CM on the issue of loan waiver on Tuesday. The issue of loan waiver, RBI's guidelines on NPAs were discussed in detail. Reporter Mahesh Ghadi with video journalist Omkar Farari for Prudent.
Mining policy will be tabled in the assembly session. Chief Minister has announced that government will recover profits earned by mining companies from illegal mining from 2007 to 2012. On the other side, lease renewal matter is being heard in the High Court at present. Government says none of the old mining leases exist anymore in Goa. Government has hinted that the interest of 28 lease applicants who have paid stamp duty will be taken care of in the new mining policy.
2007 तांकां खबर नाशिल्लें ते इल्लीगल म्हणून. आता इट इज अ पोस्ट हे सो दॅट पर्सन हॅज टू बी गिवन ऑपॉर्च्युनिटी टू रिवाइव फॉर हिज what you call is illegality or make his irregularity into regularity. So that will come along with the mining policy. Mining policy on grant of lease. We are waiting because of High Court argument. once the High Court arguments are over, we will finalize it and put it before the Assembly.
Meanwhile, during the hearing before the High Court on Tuesday, Advocate General Atmaram Nadkarni stated that the mining leases cannot be considered as renewed on the basis of collection of stamp duty. Advocate General contended that the government accepts that the stamp duty was paid on the 28 mining leases. But in view of the Supreme Court's latest judgment, there is no scope for renewal of such mining lease. Advocate General further argued that the Apex Court has held deemed extension of all mining leases as illegal. Hence, nobody has valid mining lease in the state after 2007. Relevant law is that a mining leaseholder has to apply for lease renewal 1 year before the expiry of the lease. The lease has to be renewed before it gets discontinued. Advocate General contended that no lease renewal can be done now as all the leases have expired in November 2007. Defending state government's stand to collect stamp duty, Advocate General Atmaram Nadkarni stated that the Public Accounts Committee pressurized government to collect stamp duty. Hence, government enacted the law and collected the stamp duty from the lessees. Advocate General also contended that petitions are prematured and the petitioner should wait till the government drafts new mining policy. Advocate General also hinted that Goa Government, while framing the new mining policy, will consider interest of all 28 applicants who have paid the stamp duty. Government's arguments will continue on Wednesday. Reporter Mukesh Kumar for Prudent.
Dr. Ullas Prabhudesai, a Rivon local, has said that the school should have conducted counselling of parents on facts about HIV before admitting HIV-affected students. Dr. Oscar Ribello has also cleared that HIV doesn't spread the way parents fear. Health Minister has said that there should be no discrimination with HIV-affected students.
MLA Subhash Faldesa has alleged that a doctor was instigating locals in Rivona and blowing the HIV students issue out of proportion.
जाल्यार एक डॉक्टरय थंय पावला आनी ते लोकांक सेपरेटली तो म्हणजे लोकांचो जो व्यू आसा तांकां पटोवन दिता की आपूण एक प्रॅक्टीस करपी डॉक्टर आसा, आपल्याक बाकीच्या परस चड खबर आसा आनी हे ह्या क्लासरूमान हांकां दवरप योग्य ना ही भाषा वापरून तो तांकां कन्विन्स करता.
Prudent contacted Dr. Ullas Prabhudesai, a known doctor in the area. Regarding HIV students studying with normal students, doctor says there's a big contrast in taking the actual risk and preaching sermons on this issue.
कित्याक पयलीं त्या पेरेंट्साचें कावन्सिलींग करपाचें की आमी दवरतले बी म्हणून तांकां सांगनासतना हाडून तांणी तांकां दवरपाक प्रॉमिस केलें. हांवें म्हजी फ्रेंड्स बाकी कोण सोयरे बाकी कोण पेशंट आसा तांकां विचारलें. सगळे म्हणटात की हय तांकां हेल्प करपाक जाय, पूण जेन्ना हांव तांकां विचारलें तुमी तुमची भुरग्यांक तांचे बरोबर तयार आसात, सगळे फाटल्यान चलतात. दोतोर थोडे सामाजीक कार्यकर्ते थोडे तज्ञ म्हणपी मनीस सांगतात. आतां ह्या कितलीं जाण मनशांनी आपले भुरग्यांक अशी बसून शिकयल्या ती पळोवपाक जाय. आनी म्हजें जर प्रत्येक जाण आतां हांव रिवणचो म्हणून म्हाका तें फील जाता. रिवणकारांकच ब्लेम करतात, तांचो कांयच अन्याय नासतना तांणी बरी स्कुलां म्हणजे खंयची मनोविकास नाल्यार शारदा मंदिर हातूंय भुरगीं व्हरून दवरची आनी थंय जे पेरंट जे आहात ते हायली एज्युकेटेड हायली इन्फ्लुएन्शियल आहात ते कशें रिएक्ट जाता म्हणटा ते पळोवचें म्हणून.
We contacted Dr. Oscar Ribello to know whether HIV was really a risky disease to the extent it is feared by parents. Doctor said it is not at all.
AIDS जावंक शकना, फक्त दुसऱ्या भुरग्याकूय घावो जालो जाल्यार आनी हाज्या गावप म्हणजे ह्या एड्साच्या भुरग्याच्या गावप आनी रगत कितें मेळ्ळें जाल्यार then there is a theoretical chance, but these things almost never happen. So something like hepatitis B, something like hepatitis C spreads much easier rather than HIV. आमचे बाब सुदीन दवळीकराक नाल्यार प्रमोद मुतालिकाक एक सजेशन दिवपाक सोदता की असली गोष्टी जी आसा पळय ती समाजाक एक्सप्लेन करून समाजाक खरोच फायदो पडटलो. सो explaining about sex education, explaining about how HIV is spread, taking this message across is a much better exercise than going after bikinis and pubs.
Health Minister has supported HIV affected students studying with normal students.
पण HIV बाधित असत किंवा HIV पॉझिटिव्ह म्हणतात त्या भुरग्यांचो गुन्यांव कांय नासता आणि त्यामुळे तांचेर अन्याय जावप हे योग्य न्हय. तो रोग असो आसा जो कुशीक बसलो, इट इज नॉट अ कंटेजियस डिसीज आणि त्यामुळे वर्गांत बसलो किंवा शाळेंत आयलो म्हणून त्याची बाधा जाता अशें मुळीच नासता. हांव नको हे कशें कोणे शोध लायलो तो अन्य भुरग्यां बरोबर तांकांय शिक्षण घेवपाक मेळचें.
Meanwhile, South Goa ZP member Nelly Rodriguez has also supported HIV-affected students studying with normal wards.
MLA Subhash also took, and I congratulated him also for taking that bold stand. And I feel that AIDS victims should be treated like any other children, and misconception जे parents are मोठे आसा ते वचपा जाय.
Bureau Report, Prudent.
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.